Josh.
Filming yawning.
What are we filming this week? You better not say you are busy because
I'm yawning because I'm busy. What are you talking about?
not because you're bored.
Oh my goodness, can you please cut that out?
I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission.
Welcome to episode 4. Last week we talked about what goes behind a podcast, right? Producing it. So that was just one part, like the script, the design, that was just one part. This week we'll be talking about the technical stuff, like the equipment, the entire space that we're recording with. However, right now the room that we're planning to use is very boring. It's white. It's just like an office. What we want to create is a lounge, a studio, a creator space for different types of creators to just record your podcasts, do your filming, your TikToks, to have like this big range of content that you can create. So without further ado, let's
Josh,
do you just yawn?
Yeah. Sorry, I keep yawning.
thank you so much.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's go and see the renovation that we plan to do with the room. Okay guys, what you see over here is the podcast room in the making. It's very messy. You see there's like a guitar and all these tables, a lot of stuff. We got these guys to come and help us install a sofa, but eventually this entire space will look really nice. There will be a curtain covering this, and yeah, you see all the mics over there? It's gonna be a full nice podcast setup with a sofa, I think. We have this whole creator space. The walls are changed. We have the curtains to block out the sound. We need to go and delve into the text part of things. But you see, I've clearly never done a Spotify podcast before. I don't know what goes into the recording. I know you have to use a mic, but what kind of mic and what kind of systems do you have to use? But thank God I have my friend Joel here, who is none other than the creator of the Naughty Prude.
Only the best podcast in Singapore, underrated.
Yes. Go check it out.
Nowhere near
link
the
in
top
description. Link
Nowhere
in bio.
near the top 10, but deserves to be in the top 10.
Yes.
Go listen, go stream.
So Joel is you're clearly you've done recordings before. You've used professional mics, professional systems. What do we need when we record a podcast?
Sure. How about I give you like a little tour of the space?
All right, sure.
So like my team at now is the one that put this space together. So I can walk you through. It's a little messy now because we're still figuring things out.
Right.
But so here's like the little mic setup that we have.
Okay.
So this is what we call a microphone stand, of which there's a little arm here that like stretches out so that you can reach the person speaking, right? So how we set it up in this space is that like we have a mic that can reach a person when they're just like sitting down here like this. So this is a microphone from Deity Microphones. So we're working with them to like put together this podcast space actually. So their microphones are really cool. I don't think I can reveal which movies they actually worked with, but there are a few Hollywood productions that actually use Deity microphones for their sound, of which one of them just came out in cinema, so hint hint. This is the Zoom L8 and it's an audio mixer that we use to connect to the microphones to in order to record the podcast episodes.
It looks so confusing, dude. Why are there so many buttons, so many knobs?
Right, so in fact, I only learned how to use this product like a couple of weeks ago from the people, the kind people at City Music. So they were the ones who like taught us how to use like the Zoom, and also they are a exclusive distributor of Zoom products, not Zoom communications. Okay, Zoom like mics and audio.
Wait, is this? But are they the same company?
Nope, different. So Zoom is like a special like there's specialists in the audio space, I guess. A lot of production companies use their products for like sound recording actually. So I believe they started out as a company for musicians, and then like today they're really used for all sorts of audio works, including podcasts as well. So a typical project like this, you would need to the person who's in charge of the audio would be basically listening in to it.
Which is me, by the way.
Well, no pressure there. So what the person behind the camera will be doing is really just like plugging in, and then after that listening to
and monitoring the audio, right?
Yeah. So I won't put it on now because I can't hear you guys. It's noise cancelling. But so basically, with the microphones plugged in here, like the person recording the sound will be able to like control, you know, microphone volume, things like that, the gain levels and whatnot, and then record it in the system itself as well, so that it can be easily exported when editing the podcast. Okay, when you look at a space as big as this, if it's empty, it's gonna have a lot of echo, you know, when you're recording your audio. So what we wanted to do in this space is not just have like all these sponges on the wall to soundproof the room and whatnot. We really wanted it to not only look not only be practical, but also look like quite good, right? So the idea was then to like make it look like a living room, and like living spaces all around the room, and also block out like light, right? We wanted to, as much as possible, control the light that comes in. So like what I got was like very opaque kind of like curtains that not only block out lights, but also like allow for the sound to not be so echoey, because there are surfaces now to like just like absorb and, you know, reflect.